Hey there, Griff Hamlin here from Blues Guitar Unleashed. Welcome, thanks for joining me today. We are getting dangerously close to wrapping up this particular series. We're going to be talking about a major sounding blues lick coming from A major, box 5. So where do I play box 5? In a major style, right? So instead of having my pinky on the A at the 12th fret of the 5th string, I'm going to have my middle finger, or it could be your first finger, take your pick. That's the root. Going down, I have my 6th and my 5th. Going up, I have the 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, root, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th. Again, all the same notes, right? We can add in the blue note. And again, I have root 2. I could put the blue note there, or there's the 3rd. I can slide it down from there. Sometimes it's just easier to see it as sliding into the 3rd. That just makes it easier sometimes. So you put it wherever is comfortable for playing it. Now again, like I said, we're gonna also need the minor sound. And as I mentioned yesterday, this gives us box 4 with the first finger here. There's the minor pentatonic sound, right? Again, it's still root, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, root, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7. Nothing changes. And if we add in the blue notes, the flat 5 again. Again, nothing changes at all. So I realize it might seem like I'm going through this kind of quickly, but I think you understand by now if you've been keeping up. These are all the same notes, they're just boxes, okay? And hopefully you have some familiarity with the boxes, but even if you don't, you can learn them right here and now. It's not a problem. All right, let's jump into the lick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so hopefully what I like to see out of here, and what I hope that you will as well, is that A major or A7 chord, right? If I put it down here, you know, we play this chord all the time, or we should, may not, right? But you can look at that A major or A7 chord. It's starting on the root, sliding into the 3rd, going to the 5th, and then jumping up to the flat 7. We're literally just playing the notes of the chord. How much, you can't get better as far as a lick that's going to outline the chord. Now, the root, of course, and the major 3rd comes from the major blues sound. The flatted 7 comes from the minor blues sound. Okay, so I'm just, again, borrowing that note. It's not a problem to do that. Then I'm going to take my 6, but I'm going to bend it up back to the flat 7 and return it. And back to the 5. Now this last little bit is again sort of a blues squeeze, as it were. Pushing up that 13th half fret, or 13th fret on the 2nd string, which is the minor 3rd to the 3rd. But I'm going to do it quickly. And I'm going to roll down to the A and then down to the 5. Okay, so I'm playing almost nothing. I'm playing almost nothing but chord tones. What's interesting is I could make this minor by simply leaving it as a flatted 3rd. Then that makes it minor. With the major 3rd, it makes it major. It's actually a very subtle difference. All right, if we count this out, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and how much you want to push that is really kind of a style thing. If you want to push it none, that's going to give you a certain sound too. One more time, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And again, if you needed to move it, for example, D. E. And notice how comfortable that is, right? this area of the fretboard, you know, like G even, it's not really all that comfortable to play like in box 2 or box 1 way up here. But it's real comfortable to play in box 5. So there's a really, really good reason that you want to have these box 4 and 5 licks. In certain keys, they just make it so much easier. Plus, they all flow into one another. And you're going to see this when we put the solo together tomorrow. But for example, if I'm playing, you know, if I'm thinking A here, right? And then it goes to a D, I don't have to move. And then it goes to E, I don't have to move. Back to D, back to A. And what this allows me to do is really, really, really follow the chords. You get to the point where your solo will outline the chords, right? If I just play a solo, 3, 4, 1. And then you can hear that I've changed T to D, even though, and back to A, even though there's no chords. E, D, and A. Right, so you can almost hear those chords going by just because I'm following them. I'm using patterns, I'm using licks that accentuate that major third. The major third is the key all the time. So I know that's probably a little bit overwhelming and you can't necessarily imagine being able to do that yet. That's okay, it will get there. You obviously have to have licks at your disposal. You can see I'm moving around. I'm going from position to position to position because I've played all of these licks thousands of times before. You'll get to the point where you can do that too. It's just like talking. Anytime you learn a lick, if you use it and you get really comfortable with it, it becomes just like talking. It's just something that you say. It becomes a part of you. So please take the time to do that. Don't just run through the lick a few times and go, okay, that's cool, and move on. That's not going to make it a part of your vocabulary. Practice it to a track. Practice it to no track, right? Practice just playing and then try to get it in there. And back to rhythm, right? That's another really good way to get these licks down and happening. Okay, so as always, I will leave downloads near this video. As always, if you have guitar playing friends that you think would dig this video, I hope you'll share it with them. And in fact, feel free to share the whole series. I'm Griff Hamlin from Blues Guitar Unleashed. I will talk to you soon. Tomorrow, we'll have a brand new solo with all of the licks, all 5 of these licks. And as you saw, hopefully from the last solo, I will do some modifications. I will do some adjustments. I will turn it into something very, very cool for you. So please come back for that. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.